I'm Rick Walker with the SST Car Show at the Ottawa-Gatineau International Auto Show at the Shaw Centre in downtown Ottawa. And I'm with Terry O'Keefe from OMVIC, the Ontario Motor Vehicle
Industry Council.
I always get stuck on the I. The Industry Council, which is there to protect consumers, automotive consumers. And one of the things that you guys are still, I guess, pushing is this all-in pricing. Why is that so important?
It has been the law since 2010 that if a dealer advertises a price for a vehicle, that the price includes all fees and charges that dealer intends to collect, with the exception of HST and licensing. Unfortunately, even 6 years in, we still see unacceptably high levels of non-compliance by some dealers. Not the majority, but by some. And if you went to the OMVIC website and you looked at the discipline history, because anytime we charge or discipline a dealer, that's a public document, public record, it's available on our website, you would see the most common reason a registered dealer gets disciplined today is for breaching the all-in pricing regulations. And so consumers should know that when they see that price, and then they went to the dealership can't tell the consumer then, oh, well, there's an administration fee. Or we've installed nitrogen in the tire, so there's a fee for that. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with the dealer charging an administration fee, or if they've pre-installed a product, charging for it. But those charges have to be included in the advertised price. It can't be a surprise at the dealership.
So give me another example of what a dealer who is in non-compliance might be engaged in. What kind of pricing scenario are we looking at? Is this like, this is the price plus blah, 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 blah?
Exactly. It could be, if it's a new vehicle, the advertisement might not have included freight and PDI. And that can be, $1,500, $1,800, $2,000. That's a huge price difference. So if the ad was placed by a dealer, it has to include all those fees except HST and licensing. Now, there is one caveat. All these regulations apply to ads placed by dealers. They don't apply to ads placed by manufacturers. So if that newspaper ad was from manufacturer X and it doesn't name a dealership, it's not bound by these regulations, and that can cause confusion for consumers who do know about all-in pricing. But if the ad is from a dealer, if it's if it's on the dealer's own website, if it's a sign hanging from the car that the dealer has put there, it has to be compliant with the all-in price advertising regulations.
I just see a lot of confusion in that scenario.
Yes.
So how do consumers deal with that? I guess how do you differentiate between that ad and know what you're getting?
No, you're absolutely right. It does cause confusion. And I can tell you that the consumer associations in Ontario and even the dealer trade associations, the Trillium and the Used Car Dealers Association, are lobbying the government to change the law so that manufacturers will be captured by this as well, so to end that confusion. And so that's something that's ongoing right now.
So I guess you have to get the dealers on side with that. You have to get the manufacturers on side with that. Kind of get everybody in the same chapter of the book.
Exactly. Well, the dealers are on side, as are, of course, the consumer groups. And in fact, in Quebec, manufacturers are captured by Quebec's legislation that requires them to do all-in price advertising in Quebec. But in Ontario, that's not the way the law is written currently.
And I can see how dealers would want everyone to sort of be playing from the same playbook, right? Because it just levels everything off.
That's exactly right. This is not just about providing transparency to consumers. And don't get me wrong, that's important. But it is about creating a level playing field for dealers. If you and I were both dealers selling the exact same car, and I did an all-in price that included all my fees, but you were doing a price that didn't include all your fees, your cars would appear cheaper when in fact they weren't. And that's not fair to your customer, and it's not fair to me, your competitor.
So what should a consumer do if they come across what they think might be an ad that was placed improperly?
If a consumer went to a dealership and they've got it, and we're talking about an advertised price, and they have the ad and the dealer says, oh no, there's all these additional fees, our advice is to simply walk away. That dealer doesn't deserve your business. Shop elsewhere and report that dealership to OMVIC.
Okay. And your website for more information and whatever other services people would find there is?
omvic.ca.
All right. Thank you very much, Terry.
Pleasure.
Pleasure's all mine.